Hi guys, this is Guru Beauty and I'm Jody. So nice to see you again. Just a really quick video today just to show you what you can do with a hair straightener. And you know, when you watch enough YouTube videos yourself, you think that everyone knows how to do these things because you've seen so many videos on it. But I have heaps of friends in and offline who you know, are not sure how to create curls or waves with a straightener. You don't have to get a couple of products to do the same thing these days. What I am using today for this tutorial is a Remington Pearl hair straightener. I think this retails for about $130 maybe at Priceline. You can probably get it for less somewhere. But basically ceramic plates that are floating, and floating means that the actual plates move. This thing is on and turned on and it's ready to go, but you can see that it's got some give in it basically. When the plates are together, it's got some give. And what that means is that, you know, it'll sort of move with your hair. Your hair will glide through it if you have floating plates. A little easier than if you have fixed plates in there. So if this was cold, I could press on the plate and I could show you that it swivels a little bit. So the ceramic obviously helps get even distribution of heat, and think it probably, rather than just, you know, an old-fashioned metal plate, helps with less damage. This has a nice automatic temperature control. I like the fact that it doesn't have the controls here, because you can often change the temperature or turn the straightener on and off as you're just holding the iron. That's quite annoying. What I also really like about this is that it has a swivel cord, and finally that what was the other thing I like about it? Oh, that it heats up really quickly. So you don't, you know, the old days, I don't know, anyone who was curling their hair 10 years ago, 20 years ago will remember that you used to, you know, plug in your rollers, plug in your curling iron, and, you know, 10 minutes later the red dot will have turned brown or white or whatever colour it would go to tell you that it's ready to use. These days you plug them in, 10 seconds later they're ready to go. So I really like that for, you know, a quick on the go thing. So before you use any appliances like this, you obviously want to use a heat protector. I always use my, I've posted about it plenty of times, my Tresemme Heat Tamer Protective Spray. And I just wanted to show you today the two different types of waves that I create with a straightener. Obviously if you're straightening your hair, you just get a section of hair. Or another tip I guess would be to always work in sections as well. I always put up, like I start at the ears, and I fix the top half up so that first of all I'm just working on the bottom half. Yeah, so obviously with the straightener you just run the thing through and you're good to go. You can flip it out to get some flip on your ends. I'm just going to put this down a little bit so you can see my hair. So this is the sort of size section that I would be working with. I have quite sort of thin hair. The first wave I'm going to show you is like a beachy type wave. Less of a curl, more of a wave. These can be brushed out for an even more sort of subtle effect. But basically it's what you do with the ends, if you put the ends below where you're curling or above where you're curling. So I'll show you first of all this more casual sort of wave. So I'm going to put the iron in and I'm going to let it drop. I still want to make sure that the ends actually run through the plate. You can see I've turned it around, turned the iron around. So you can see the type of curl that creates. I'll do it one more time before I show you the other type that I use, or the other curl that I do. There's another section. This one might be too thin, but we'll go with it. So what you'll see is when I put it in my hair, I actually rotate the iron fully so that the end of the hair is sticking back out in the same direction that it started. So it's a full rotation of the iron that you then pull through, and that's what creates the curl. So we'll start here. You can start wherever you like, but see, I'm going to turn the iron around as I'm pulling it through so that the ends are sticking back out this way. There we go, and that's the sort of wave that you can get there. Now on the other side I'll show you the other type of curl that you can get, and you're just doing something different with the ends. You're going to wrap the hair around the wand so that the ends of your hair are above where you're curling. And this is going to give you much bouncier curls if you like using hot rollers, that kind of thing. This is going to give you a different curl altogether. So you see that this straightener is actually quite versatile. You can get a lot done with just one tool. So what I'm going to do now is put the curler in and I'm going to wrap my hair around the top. I'm still going to rotate the wand so that the end of the hair is sticking out that way, the way it came. And you can see that's a much, I'm just going to put the rest of my hair behind me so you can see that is a much bouncier curl compared to these sort of waves where it's just a gradual way downwards. I'll show you a few more on this side with the curl just to give you a good idea of what that looks like, what that curl looks like. Because that came out funny. So I'm always curling back. I'm wrapping my hair around the top of the bit that I'm curling. These are much bouncier type curls than the first wave that I created. More. Okay, so on my length hair it's quite subtle, but you can see what happens with the ends. When you just leave the hair to drop, the end of the hair, sorry, this bit's not curled, I don't want to confuse you. There we go. When you just let it drop, the end of the hair, you know, you can see it's a lot more subtle. It's just more of a beachy wave. And then you can, you know, comb it out with your fingers, with a brush. This will drop a little bit more on my hair, but it's a lot more of a subtle, just kind of wave. And then these curls are actually quite bouncy. Depending on where you start on the hair shaft, you can get them curlier or just the ends curly. You could start, you know, down here and just get, you know, curly ends, as I said. Yeah, so I hope that helps. I hope you can see the subtle difference between the different kinds of curls and waves that you can create with the curling iron. More of a wave, more of a bouncy curl, or just a straight, maybe with flips, maybe not. You can create volume at the root with a straightener as well. They're a really versatile tool and often worth the money. I do not have a really high-end straightener, GHD, you know, in Australia at least being the most well publicised, I guess. You know, they've got a great marketing campaign. GHD is really well promoted in the salons as well. You see them everywhere and they're pricey. I think they're over $200 in the salons. So if I ever do get one of those, I'll keep you posted. Let me know what straightener you use, any other tips for myself or any viewers that you may have. I'd love to hear from you. Hope you enjoyed this and have a beautiful day, guys. Bye.